Hey, I'm Ashley Jones, and this is my self-care plan of action PowerPoint presentation. And I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Okay, so what is self-care and why is it important? Self-care involves making time to do things that improve mood, motivation, maintain good physical and mental health, and help manage stress. Negative emotions are normal when life gets tough, but if they're left unchecked, they can lead to physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual maladies that can cause harm. Some self-care also self-care maintains and restores balance. When I keep up with self-care, I'm in a good mood, which means I'm energized, I'm well rested, I'm calm, I have positive thoughts, and I feel spiritually connected. And most importantly, I'm in the present moment. Practicing self-care helps me to maintain this state, or if I get thrown off, it brings me back to this state when I experience stress or things that trigger me or cause emotional distress. Some things that could do that are when I'm hearing somebody's trauma, especially regarding maybe suicide. I have a cousin who committed suicide, so sometimes if I'm hearing this, it might trigger me a little bit. So it's important to practice certain self-care techniques so I can maintain a level of calm. So some common emotional disturbances for me are stress, exhaustion, becoming overwhelmed. I struggle with anxiety, depression, and I can have a tendency to be in a lot of fear sometimes. How these present themselves regarding stress. I always get a tightness in my chest or in my throat. So if I feel like my throat's kind of closing up, that's a good indicator that I'm pretty stressed. Exhaustion, well, that's easy. I just feel physically and mentally drained. I'm very irritable when I'm exhausted. I make poor decisions, and I usually have physical back pain. I have chronic back pain, and if I'm stressed or overly exhausted, my back will really hurt pretty bad. When I'm overwhelmed, I typically shut down mentally and emotionally. I'll just check out. Anxiety, that'll show up with constant thoughts racing in my head, or I'm constantly worried about things that I don't really need to be worried about, or I'll have a panic attack and experience fight, flight, or freeze. Depression shows up with isolation. I'm not motivated to do much of anything. Things that I find enjoyable I don't really seem to care about. And I usually have pretty low energy as well when I'm depressed. And I just want to stay home and sleep. Fear, my heart will race or I'll get really sweaty. My stomach will genuinely get upset in one way or another if I'm in a lot of fear. My muscles will tense up, and a lot of times, fear will show up as anger. All right, so some tools and techniques that I have learned throughout the duration of this course, and just techniques I've picked up over the past several years. I really enjoy the body scan meditation, to do a scan from head to toe. Where am I tense? Where am I holding my tension? Grounding meditations, there's many of them I found really helpful. I really enjoy the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 method meditation. That's where you utilize your senses to be in the present moment. Okay, focus on a sound. I hear the birds chirping, so I focus on that for a few seconds. Then maybe something I can touch, like the smoothness of my desk or how comfy my chair is. Smells or taste or whatever. All of these things really help to bring me in the present moment. I really enjoy the infinity breath meditation where it's just like silencing of my thoughts, my mind, and focusing on my breathing, which is always helpful to calm me down if I'm a little bit stressed. It's a quick 5-minute meditation. Also, there's a meditation practitioner named Jack Cornfield, and his guided meditations, which are on his website as well as YouTube, have really helped me with things I struggle with. If I I'm struggling with anxiety, he has a calm and ease meditation that I can actually feel me going, from the switch from the sympathetic to the parasympathetic nervous system, like that switch that goes into fight or flight. I can feel that shutting off when I use that meditation. Loving kindness meditation. If I'm in self pity or I'm just not, feeling like worthy, having just some self esteem issues, loving kindness will help me kind of bring me back to reality. And if I'm kind and loving towards myself, I can be more kind and loving towards others. Mindfulness is always a good meditation practice for me. If I'm wandering off into the past and reliving things that are triggering, equanimity, also that meditation, if I'm in conflict with something going on in my world or another person, it just reminds me that things change. Change is inevitable, helps me be okay with that and just find the peace in that. The rain meditation technique that I learned in this course to recognize kind of what's going on with me, allow it to be there, and investigate those thoughts or feelings or what's going on in my body and to nurture it. Because if there's something going on, avoidance doesn't help it go away. If you allow it to be there without judgment, it will eventually pass. Yoga is also something I really enjoy. I have chronic back pain, so stretching and yoga um, really helps me be in tune with my body and to release the tension in my muscles. I'm very outdoorsy, so if I'm stressed or overwhelmed, a hike will really be great for me. Also, I'm in AA and I go to meetings regularly. It's just part of my self-care practice. So, going to meetings, utilizing the tools in the meetings, doing service work and things of that nature. Results of using these tools and techniques. Well, mentally, I've kind of broken these down to mental, physical, emotional, spiritual. Mentally, I'm happy or content. I'm not experiencing anxiety or depression. I feel pretty stable. Physically, well rested. I don't have back pain when I don't have stress or if I'm taking care of myself. Emotionally, I'm calm. Even when there's stressful or crazy things going on, I can maintain calmness. I can be relaxed. I can be focused and I can stay positive. Spiritual, when I practice spirituality, I'm grounded. I'm more compassionate. I'm connected to my higher power and I'm in the present moment, which is where I always need to be. These techniques help me feel happy, safe, healthy, confident, peaceful, and most importantly for me is experiencing gratitude. Self pity does me no good. So when I'm keeping up with these practices, I can stay grateful for things that are good in my life and I don't hyper focus on the bad. Some things that help me stay centered. So I made a list, and these are the main things that really help me: daily yoga, stretching, daily meditation, even if it's just a 5-minute meditation or a quick body scan, weekly 12-step meetings, at least a monthly visit to my trauma therapist. I used to go every week. I only do 1 month now. It's been about a decade. So, but I still check in with her. Weekend hikes or camping, if I'm really outdoorsy. So getting grounded for me means being out in nature. I really feel more connected when I'm in nature. And making art when I have time is really helpful for me as well. Some people, places, and things to avoid when I'm experiencing physical, spiritual, emotional malady. I avoid bars or just a group of intoxicated people. I'm in AA recovery. So being around intoxicated people for obvious reasons is, I don't like to do that. Also, I just don't have tolerance for that really. Um, I like to be around people who are like-minded and in the present moment with me. My mother, well, love my mother, but she knows how to push my buttons and she can sense if I'm struggling with something and really wants to talk about it. And she's not the person to talk to. And um, I've made a boundary over the years with her, so I know that if I'm not in a good place and she's calling, I just don't answer and I wait until I'm more spiritually fit to call her back or answer the phone. Social media, I my mental health thrives when I am off social media. I've actually been off since November of last year. Any situation involving drama with friends, family, I don't, I try not to get myself entangled into any nonsense if I'm struggling with something. Also, I try to avoid emotionally taxing conversations. If I'm not ready to take care, if I'm not dealing with my own stuff, I'm not going to be able to uh, handle an emotionally draining conversation or somebody who needs me to be fully present. It's not fair to them or myself. So I try to table that conversation for later when I'm in a better place. Hey, I can't really talk right now. Let's table this for a time where I can be more present for you, is usually what I try to do. So my people to contact when I'm experiencing some things that are negative or I'm struggling. If I'm depressed, I call my friend Stacy. We're in the program together in AA. We're very like-minded. She's very funny, and anytime I need my mood lifted, she will call me on my. She'll call me on whatever's going on. She'll help me out of my depression. She'll lighten the mood, and uh, that's that's who I call when I'm sad. Anxious, my friend Tiffany, she's great with that because she also has struggled with anxiety and she has empathy and compassion and understanding when a lot of other people don't. So it's good to have that person I can identify on that level with. If I'm lonely in any company, I'll call my friend Randy. She's always there for me. Anytime I need a judgment-free conversation, my boyfriend Craig or my friend April never judges. Always both great listeners. Anytime I need encouragement, my friend Jenny is the one I call because she always encourages me to get out of the house, go see a movie, let's go hiking, let's do this, let's do that, let's go camping. So she's a very action oriented person. And so if I need to get out of the house, I'll call her. Self-care reminders. A lot of people in my life are, but usually my AA sponsor is the one that will call me on it. Like, if, have you done your uh, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual check-in? We have a process of all these check-ins that I do to see how I'm doing, and she will always call me on that. Additional mental health support, my trauma therapist, Charlie Rezian, and of course, I got the resource for Sandra Rankin, who's a counseling specialist with Texas State University. So my daily self-care plan of action entails mornings, prayer and meditation, stretching and yoga, walking my dogs. Afternoon, call or text my AA sponsor or a friend in the program. At least 15 to 20 minutes of exercise or some sort of outdoor activity. Um, Definitely eating lunch is a huge part of my self-care. I absolutely have to eat and I will forget to eat and it's not good. I get grumpy, my blood sugar gets off, I can't focus, so I absolutely have to pencil in time to eat. If I'm going through stress, body scanning, grounding if needed. In the evening, try to attend an AA meeting or call a friend in the program or do a headspace or rain meditation. And I always end every night with the headspace, either meditation or I put on rain noises to help me fall asleep. And that's it. That's all I've got. Thank you so much for watching.